This is something that I've noticed recently, which is a lot of America's foreign adversaries don't want people like AOC or Bernie Sanders or people that we support politically to become leaders of America, because they recognize that if social democrats and democratic socialists were to take power in the United States, like America's power would skyrocket and a lot of our internal contradictions would probably be worked out, and America would be a much more powerful country for the next 50 years because like we would make the necessary investments in infrastructure, education, health. We would lower the internal tensions within society because people would feel like, you know, there's a communal project that we're all included in. It would help diffuse racial tensions, and it would create sane pathways to handle new immigrants. It would like solve the housing shortage. It would solve like homelessness and street crime. So like they don't want leftists to get in power in the United States because in the long run, like America would be more productive, would be healthier, would be more powerful, would have a larger economy, and would be more able to challenge them in the world stage. Whereas somebody like Donald Trump or the centrist Democrats, they're going to continue to weaken America and make it more fragile, more fragmented. Whereas if people that I like or Hassan like take power, then America will be rescued from the decline. So ironically, even though Hassan and I are more skeptical of U.S., foreign adventurism, if we were actually to win, it would make America very strong. It would be paradoxical because it'd be like, oh shit, you're opposed to American imperialism? Well, if you get power, you're going to make America have even more of a capacity to dominate the world because of how much stronger America would be. That is the paradox of our political efforts, which is like, oh shit, we're rescuing this superpower that would fragment. And this is kind of the reality of like the political milieu that we're discussing. I believe, and Hassan believes, in increasing American state capacity, like building high-speed rail. We're not going to be able to build high-speed rail unless we remove corruption in the economy at all level, at the local level, at the state level, and at the federal level. We can't build stuff like high-speed rail in California because the Californian state and local government is too corrupt. You understand that? Like, there's too many grifters. There's too many private consultants. There's not enough like state capacity. There's not enough auditing. There's not enough like honest, there's too many veto points. Like the US government is ineffective. But if we fix the US government, if the people I support were to get into power and we were able to fix the US government, well, they could use that for bad things too. Like they could use that to make sure that we produce twice as many naval ships. You know what I mean? Like right now, we can barely produce any destroyers because we're so corrupt that anytime the US government tries to buy a naval warship, half the money gets stolen right off the top. But if I were to fix the American government's procurement process, or the people that we support fix the American government's procurement process, that would result in them like being able to build naval ships at twice the rate. And that would make America's military much stronger. Because right now we can't even really do anything. It's mostly just a gigantic looting fest. And like the Pentagon takes $1 trillion and just gets stolen, really. They don't really produce much in the way of like actual material. Like that's why we can't even support Ukraine in their war against Russia. We're running out of shells because we're just so corrupt and inefficient. So like if people like me and Hassan got into power, or people that we support, that would be so good for the imperialists because it would allow the American state to clean itself up and become more effective. So that's kind of like part of the reason why, maybe it's okay that we didn't win, because in the long run, America's on a more terminal and unhealthy trajectory right now.